I'm Danielle Walker from Against All Grain, and today I am showing you how to make my single serve nourishing soup. I like to keep chopped up chicken and chopped up vegetables in the refrigerator at all times. You can also use pork or beef. This way, when I'm wanting soup for breakfast or for lunch, if I'm feeling a little bit under the weather, I can throw it together really, really quickly. We are going to start with a skillet set over medium-high heat. You want the heat pretty high because we're trying to do this really, really quickly. I like to use a skillet instead of a stock pot because it gets the vegetables and the protein to cook a lot faster because it's a bit of a wider surface. I just put a little bit of ghee into the pan. You can use butter, you can use a little bit of olive oil if you'd like, and then put as much chicken as you'd like. Now, you can do this for more than a single serve. You can actually cook all the chicken and all the vegetables at the same time if you'd like and put some of the cooked vegetables and chicken back into the refrigerator. But I like to just do one quick serving because it takes a lot less time to cook. So we put our diced chicken breast in there. Of course, you can use thighs if you'd like as well. And then I'm just going to spoon a little bit of my vegetable mixture into the pan. This is just celery, carrots, mushrooms, and a tiny bit of minced garlic. I'm just going to let that cook for about 2 minutes until the chicken is browned all over. And then we'll add some of our nutritious bone broth. Now, I like to add my seasonings while this is sauteing because you're cooking this so quickly that the herbs don't have a lot of time to really impart their flavor on the soup, but if you do it while you're sauteing, that'll help those flavors come out a little bit quicker. So I just did some sea salt, a little bit of fresh cracked pepper, and then I like to use thyme. So while that is cooking, I'm going to show you what our liquid here is to make our, like I like to call it, instant gratification soup. This is actually bison stock. Made it in the pressure cooker with just a few pounds of bison bones. It's super quick. You can see that it does have a nice little bit of gelatin in there. And I love bison and beef stock, pork stock as well. Chicken I do love, but I kind of get sick of the flavor. So we're using this today. Really, you can mold and mesh all the different ones together. So bison with chicken, not a problem. It still tastes delicious. So our chicken is nicely browned. It's not cooked all the way through yet, and that's fine. We're going to simmer it in the broth. And the vegetables are starting to slightly soften, which is perfect. So what we're going to do here is, I just like to eyeball it, honestly, but about 1.5 cups. You can measure it out if you'd like. A few of those big old Jell-O blobs in there. This has been sitting at room temperature for a little bit, so it's already starting to liquefy a little bit. But you can see as soon as it hits that pan, it goes right back into liquid. So the gelatin is actually what's really good for you. So don't let it freak you out. When I first started making broth, I actually used to scoop it off the top, believe it or not, and waste all of those nutrients. I thought that it was part of the fat layer and it grossed me out and I just would throw it in the trash. And I didn't know what I was doing, apparently. I got a little bit lazy in my chicken dicing and made these a little bit bigger than bite size. So now that they're almost cooked through, I'm just kind of breaking them apart a little bit with my spoon. I'm going to add just a little bit more liquid there. Really, it's up to you how much you'd like. You might have to salt and pepper it a little bit more at the end. And then what we want to do is cover this and let it simmer for just about 5 minutes until the vegetables are softened and the chicken is fully cooked through. I'm not in my own kitchen and I can't find a lid that fits the skillet like I have at home, so I'm just going to place this cutting board right over it. No problem. Don't worry, it's not going to catch on fire or anything. It's only a few minutes. I'm also going to turn the heat down to just about medium-low just to keep it at a good little simmer for a few minutes. Watch out for a little bit of steam when you pull that lid off, or in my case, the old wood cutting board. Now, I do not like crunchy veggies in my soup. I also don't like mushy veggies. So I am of the mind to always taste before you dish up. This is your single serve soup. And just go ahead and dish yourself up. I never grow tired of this soup. Really though, if you do start to get kind of tired of it, just switch out your vegetables. You don't have to use carrots and celery and mushrooms. You can do zucchini, you can do other squash, butternut squash, kabocha squash would be really, really delicious during the fall. And you can also just use leftover veggies, or if you have a few things sitting in your crisper drawer that you haven't had a chance to use up.
I am starving. This smells warm and comforting, and I can't wait to eat it.